definitely open to discussion on this within our issue is we don't have a lot to say about it. That's our problem. We're constrained, but at least they're open to talking about it. I know Councillor Scott's been working on this very hard to consider a location that will be more acceptable to people of Fort Frank. So, you want to, Councillor?
No, just going back, I mean, I remember it was Councillor Russell that made the motion to send the protocol to the developer. So I guess that, and have we followed up with that, and that's been done?
Yep. Councillor Scott?
I've been back and forth with our CAO, John, with a number of locations, and I actually met with Brent this week out at the community center. So the community center was a suggested place from that meeting that was there, and while Brent and I were just taking a look at one corner that I thought possibly might work, we were told by our north manager that it belongs to the county. It's not our property. So the property there is county property, so we wouldn't be able to give permission on the community center as it was. And I think the other locations that I passed on to John, and I had passed on to Sean with the bell, have all more or less come back as the only 3 locations that they would consider was the one that they had chosen, the marina, which was just beside it, and the community center, because they can't put in trees because of the engineering statistics and stuff there. So I had suggested the woods. We had suggested, I believe, the water tower. We suggested the end of, I believe it's Ontario Street. There's a piece that belongs to us, but it's still the same thing. It's still in the town. We suggested down Bidoff, further down by Put In Cove. He has, just in front of there, there's some community-owned property. But it all comes back to the fact that most of the stuff we own is sitting in residential. So.
Okay. Deputy
One of the emails I saw suggested maybe the area of the Bell Lake. I understand obviously Michigan Natural Resources will have control over a good deal of that, but I wondered if there was anything that we had municipal control over.
The one piece of property that you and I talked about earlier today is the Saddle Bayfield Conservation. Yeah, so it's on the other side of the lake. So I mean, whether we ask our CAO to check into that, I don't know.
Councillor Russell?
Well, when we had the open house, I forgot to sign up. I guess I didn't get the letter, but I was there for 2.5 hours, and what I got of it was the fact that it was located at a place that wasn't electromagnetic, wasn't so close as per their diagrams, as we all saw who were there. I think a lot of people said, you know, are you going to influence it in terms of council? We don't have any influence. I think Councillor Bonnefield said it. We do not have any influence other than the fact of moral influence. And I think that's why we have to write a letter, and we have to be straightforward that we don't want it in the center of residential. We want another site. The gentleman who was there did a good job. He's a salesman. He was doing what he was supposed to do, and he did a good job. But he's not the one who's going to make the decision. And the fact of the matter is, all this stuff is shown that when they're challenged on a site, they will change. They don't like going to court. They don't like doing anything. They don't like getting their noses out of joint. This is to make money. So if we don't put our foot down and say we don't want it in residential areas, they're just going to play us around for the 6 sites we have, or the 3 sites we have, or the 2 sites we have, or down to the 1 site, and geez, then that one's not any good either. We're going to go back to the original site we told you in the first place. So I think it comes right back to the fact, you know, if we're going to put our oar into the water, put your oar into the water. Say what you want. We don't want it in residential areas. We want you to find a site that's more applicable to the neighborhood. Simple as that. Yep. You know, and say it. They're playing the game with us that we're the municipality, we got a piece of land. Well, there's other people that have land too. Like, if it just goes inside that little circle, well, they're going to play you within inside that little circle. There's record out there of TELUS and quite a few people who've been changed. TELUS, Bell have changed their minds on sites where the community has said, okay, that sucks. You know, and that we have to just be forceful and say we don't want it in residential areas. You find the site. It's your job to find it. We're not the one locating it. Like, duh.
Okay, Dallas, you're off.
Okay, so we have a motion to receive and file the letter that's on here. All in favor of that?
sent in the protocol, which is we're doing that after the fact, information that new came to us just a while ago. But I think we should have at least just a simple 3-paragraph letter that says that we do not support it being in a residential area. Please find another site. We have some suggestions. There are others. Please do your homework. And we want to get it on record right now that that's the case.
Make that a
Just
motion
say it.
that there
I
be
second that.
Yeah.
a letter sent that we don't want it in residential area. Councillor Underwood?
Yeah, and specifically that, I would rather keep to that, and it's always nice to let them know there's other land or something like that, but quite honestly, let's let them know exactly where we stand on this.
Okay. Further questions? All in favor? Carried. Thank you. 7:10, 15, we're already 5 minutes late. We will ask NextEra Energy Canada do that. And ask to come to the table and give a presentation. I say we have about 10 minutes, and we'll try to hold you to that. We may have some questions at the end from council.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and members of the council. We just have a very small PowerPoint program to go through here.
Sorry, I'm not sure which one it is.
This is when you call for the clerk.
This is when I call for
We go clerk.
There you go. Perfect. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, members of council. My name is Derek Dudek with NextEra Energy Canada. I'm with Community and Municipal Relations. With me to my left here is Mr. Ross Groffman. He's the project developer for the Jericho Wind Energy Center. And also joining us tonight are Josie Hernandez, who's in media relations. She's manning the PowerPoint slide for us there. And Steve Stengel, also from NextEra Energy in our media relations department as well. So the purpose of tonight's presentation was basically to just, we met with council, joint council with Warwick last year, and we wanted to just kind of give you a brief update of where we're at, and also to mention a couple of things that we are planning on doing moving forward with the project. So the Jericho Wind Energy Center project is a 150 megawatt contract, feed-in tariff contract that was awarded by the Ontario Power Authority last July 2011. As of right now, we're continuing to work on our ADN surveys and bat monitoring throughout 2012, and continuing to do a lot of our background archaeological studies as well. We're also undertaking a transmission analysis. When we met with you last spring, we had a proposed transmission connection south of Warwick and Brook Alvinston that would have been part of the west of London transmission area. When we were awarded the contract, we were awarded a contract to provide power into the Bruce to Milton zone. So we've since changed the transmission line connection over into an area in North Middlesex. So that's probably one of the most significant changes to our project since we last met to discuss. In terms of a timeline moving forward, as I said, throughout 2012 we'll be doing a lot of our archaeological and ecological field work. So there'll be people out in the field studying all the various things that I mentioned before. We hope to have our draft renewable energy approval documents released in the fall of this year. So around that time, in terms of when our public, when the layout for the Jericho Wind Energy Center will be available. If all goes well, we'll hopefully, that'll be the time when we'll have our public meetings leading up to that as well. We'll be able to submit our final REA to the Ministry of the Environment at the end of this calendar year, so the end of 2012. The Ministry of Environment has a commitment to review and make a decision on REAs within 6 months. So if we submit by the end of 2012, we should have an approval hopefully in place by summer of 2013. If that goes according to plan, we'll be able to begin construction of the wind farm in late summer of 2013, and commercial operation will then, after 6 to 9 months, will take place early spring of 2014. So the main purpose of us coming here to speak with council tonight was